Very often we are forced to use rails to escape difficult situations on the table, and I can see players who don't understand how to execute this type of shot. So in this video I'm going to show you extremely simple methods which will help you execute one-rail kick shots. I will explain step by step all important things and effects, as well as show you match situation where one-rail kick shot can be very helpful. First of all, we need to talk about angle of incidence and angle of reflection. Let's imagine that cue ball is placed somewhere on the table, and if we draw a line from this diamond to this diamond, then we can see that it is located perfectly on this line. And this means that if we hit the cue ball exactly along this line, it bounces from the rail with exactly the same angle and going towards side pocket. So this is very important information that angle of reflection will be the same like angle of incidence, but we need to remember about one thing. This happens only in scenario when we are hitting the cue ball slightly above its center using natural speed. This, what type of spin and speed we use to hit the cue ball, is extremely important and highly impacts especially angle of reflection. So let's imagine a situation like this where we need to put one ball, but cue ball is blocked by free ball. Let's assume that we was able to find correct point on the rail where to hit the cue ball, and how to do this I will explain a bit later. If we hit the cue ball slightly above its center with natural speed, then it's going with natural rotation along correct path and hits one ball. And this will be our reference to compare impact of spin and speed. If I will try to apply topspin, then angle of reflection widens, and this happens because topspin applied to the cue ball wants to bring it towards this direction. So in this case, if we try to hit the cue ball with low spin, then this spin wants to bring it towards this direction. And situation will be very similar if we try to use side spin on the cue ball. Okay, but if we talk about side spin, then I need to show you this very interesting thing. If we try to hit the cue ball perpendicular to the rail using center ball, then after contact with this rail, cue ball comes back along the same path and hits our Q-tip again. But when we use side spin, then after contact with rail, angle of reflection changes, and we can very easily predict it and use this knowledge when executing one-rail kick shots. Let's assume that cue ball is placed on foot spot. If I hit the cue ball perfectly straight towards long rail and one tip to the right, then after contact with rail, it going towards this diamond on the opposite long rail. And same thing will happen if we use left spin, but then cue ball going to the other side. So if we change amount of spin and hit the cue ball 2 tips to the certain side, then angle of reflection widens again, and cue ball going towards corner or side pocket. And this system doesn't change if we are hitting perpendicular to the short rail, but this time if we hit with one tip to the certain side, then cue ball going towards corner pocket, while hit with 2 tips to the left or right cause it to go towards side pockets. Okay, so let's assume that cue ball is on foot spot again, and we need to put one ball into the corner pocket. We know that we should go 2 diamonds to the side, so in this case, in this situation, we need to hit the cue ball 2 tips to the right. Okay, but let's move the cue ball 2 diamonds away along the long rail. Cue ball is located in the center point of the table, and this time we cannot hit long rail perfectly straight, because there is side pocket. This time we need to aim bit different, and if we hit the cue ball towards third diamond on long rail using bit of topspin, then natural angle of reflection causes it to go towards this direction. So if I want to go one diamond further, then we need to hit the cue ball one tip to the right. Okay, but on the other hand, we can experience situation like this, where we cannot use natural angle of reflection, as well as hit the cue ball perfectly straight on the rail, because there are blockers. In this situation, we need to cause the cue ball to make a contact with rail further to avoid blockers. If we try to go towards first diamond, then we know that natural angle of reflection cuts short rail and our final point is located outside the table, one diamond away from the object ball. We need to go one diamond earlier, so we need to hit the cue ball with one tip to the left. This amount of side spin causes angle of reflection to shallow and cue ball going towards corner pocket to pot one ball. So we can use the system in situation where we are not able to use natural angle of reflection to make a contact with object ball. But what is very important to note, you need to keep in mind that this works only in situation when we use natural speed. Okay, but now we need to leave these considerations to discover our main one-rail kicking systems, which you can use in different situations. Let's imagine a situation that cue ball and object ball are placed in positions like on this graphic. Because both of these balls are placed practically on the same line parallel to the long rail, then we can use this simple system. We can see that cue ball is located 4 diamonds away from the object ball, and the only thing we need to do is divide this distance by 2 and draw a line towards opposite long rail, which will be perpendicular to this rail. This action will indicate our final aiming point on the rail's edge, where we need to hit the cue ball. But what is very important to note, we need to use natural speed and apply just bit of topspin. This is absolutely crucial thing, because if we use more speed and different spin, then angle of reflection will be completely different and we miss the object ball. So in this case, this system works very well in different situations, but both balls need to be placed on the same line, which is parallel to the rail. In next scenario, cue ball is placed in the center area of the table, while object ball is a pocket hanger. Because object ball is extremely close to the pocket, we can use 2-to-1 kicking system. First of all, we need to number each diamond on the long rail where we are hitting the cue ball using full number, and we start from corner pocket where is number 0. In the next step, we need to number in same order opposite long rail. And now we face the most important part, where we need to connect each full number on the left long rail with same number on the opposite long rail but divided by 2. So our first track line going from first diamond to the half diamond on the opposite long rail. Second track line going from second diamond to the first diamond, and consequently we need to find each next track line in same order. After all these steps, we can see that cue ball is placed perfectly on the track line from 6 to the third diamond, and this means that we can hit the cue ball exactly on the third diamond to make a contact with one ball. But once again, what is extremely important in this system, we need to use natural speed and apply touch of topspin. Okay, but you can ask me what will happen if cue ball is placed somewhere in between these track lines, like in this situation. This time, cue ball is placed between track lines 5 and 6, but a bit closer to the 5. The only thing we need to do is to find another track line which will be adjusted evenly in relation to both track lines 5 and 6. So in this case, our final aiming point is located slightly before 2.5 diamond, and if we apply correct speed and spin, then we will able to pot one ball. And of course, this system works exactly the same if we need to hit the cue ball towards short rail, and the most important thing is to find our final track line correctly to indicate right point on the rail. Okay, but what will happen in situation where object ball is located far away from the pocket and completely random place? This time, to make legal contact, we need to use another system. First of all, we need to find a midpoint between cue ball and object ball. Because we are hitting long rail first, then in second step we need to draw a line from center of the object ball to the edge of long rail, and this line needs to be parallel to short rail. At this moment we can see point on the rail's edge, and in the next step we need to connect this point with midpoint between cue ball and object ball. And this is the moment when we face the most important part of our calculations, because we need to move this line parallel to the center of the cue ball. This action will indicate our final aiming point on the rail's edge, where we need to hit the cue ball, but remember that you need to make this precisely because each small mistake will result with wrong aiming point. Okay, but there is one more very important question. What we need to do to pocket this ball? This is actually a very simple thing, but we need to slightly change our calculations. The crucial thing is to start our considerations not from the center of the object ball, but from center of ghost ball, where cue ball needs to hit it. This one small change in calculations results with bit different final aiming point and opens possibility to pocket the object ball. And of course we can use this system to pocket object ball which is located in completely different areas on the table, but we need to remember to always start our calculations from center of the ghost ball. Okay, so now I need to show you a very interesting example of match situation where we can use this knowledge. As you can see, we need to play object ball which is placed very close to the corner pocket and make position for the 9 ball which is located on the other side of the table. The main problem is that we have straight position to the object ball, and many pool players try to cheat the pocket to create additional angle or play deep draw shot to make position for the 9 ball. This is a big mistake because we can very easily miss object ball or lost position for the next shot. And in this situation we can use one rail kicking system to create pretty good position for the 9 ball. First of all, you need to imagine center point of ghost ball where cue ball needs to hit the object ball and draw a line from this point to the short rail's edge. And in next step we need to carefully move this distance along the long rail to indicate our final aiming point. If we use natural speed and apply touch of topspin, then we can see that cue ball perfectly pockets the object ball and going immediately towards top area. I hope you enjoyed my vision of executing one rail kickshot, but above all, I hope you found it helpful and you will be able to leave a thumbs up for me and hit the subscribe button, because then you never miss videos like this. Thank you so much for watching and your support, and as always I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.